Hello, welcome back. Thank you for joining me today. We're continuing our conversation with the metaphor of thorns and lilies here from chapter 20, section 2 of the text of A Course in Miracles, as in a crown of thorns and a bloody crown of thorns, contrasted with white, pure, pristine, beautiful lilies. Oh, thorns or lilies? Thorns, death, decay, destruction. The lilies, the gifts of true forgiveness. Happy, pure, beautiful, for a nice contrast, for our learning purposes. In truth, there's no contrast at all. There's only perfect oneness. But here, where we continue to believe that we're an individual self sustaining survival unit, in other words, an ego, an individual human being, we continue to believe this, well, we need this contrast. We need it so we can choose. Thorns or lilies, which will you see? What do you choose to see? Death, decay, destruction, multiplicity and separation everywhere you turn. Tired of that yet? Or perfect oneness, happiness, boundlessness. I mean, really, limitlessness, joy. We're all attracted to the light, yet we continue to allow ourselves to be pulled right back into darkness. And even though in the darkness we have beautiful moments, I mean, you may have a beautiful, loving relationship in this lifetime. You may be in the midst of experiencing just that. Or you may have a lot of money, or you may be really comfortable and consider yourself deeply, deeply fortunate, indeed blessed in the eyes of the world. I don't know. But nothing in this world lasts, which we all know. And the more we tightly cling to the supposed reality of stuff, when we lose it, not if, when we lose it, we suffer greatly. We can all relate. We can all relate to this. So it's very important what we choose to see, thorns or lilies, darkness or light, basically, death or life, the ego or God, the ego or the Holy Spirit. And here's the thing about sight. We tend to think of sight here in the world as these little mirrored devices, which actually invert an image. So we're actually seeing all of these illusions upside down and backwards to begin with. Ooh, I know. Isn't that a useful analogy? We tend to think of sight as with the body's eyes. So if we can't see it with the body's eyes, we're very tempted, and sometimes we do, believe that it doesn't exist. Yet we continue to feel this call, don't we? We hear the call of our inner teacher. You hear it right now, or you wouldn't be watching this. There's no way at all that you even would have clicked on this video had you not heard the call more than once and answered it more than once, a lot more than once. I'm certain of that. You're here for a reason. You're attracted to who you really are, and you know who that is. You're attracted to what you really are. And again, you know who and what that is. Where you are, you know where that is. You have always known. It's worth taking a few moments whenever you think about it to let that sink in. We're drawn to the light of truth. It's what has us all on a spiritual path. Whatever outward form your path takes right now, or may have taken, or will appear to take in what we call the future, you've heard the call. We're all drawn to the light, which, interestingly enough, and importantly enough, we don't see with the body's eyes. We cannot see it with the body's eyes. The body's eyes show us only form, a supposed world of form and objects that we deem to be concrete and real, yet they're all constantly changing, so they're not real. Truth, reality, is completely unchanging. It is changeless. The body's eyes don't see that. They can't see that. In being attracted to this light, which we all are, you have heard and answered the call, a universal, and I do mean universal call that goes out to all of us at all times. It is the call to awaken, and it comes from the Holy Spirit, our inner teacher, this part of our mind. The Holy Spirit is not outside you, it's part of our mind that will show us and point the way to truth if only we allow it to do so and follow its guidance, his guidance. We can choose to do that, and it's a powerful choice. See, in setting out in the first place on a spiritual path, again, whatever that may have looked like for you or currently looks like, you have asked for and been instantly given another sight. We think we're using the body's eyes, and we look out and see other bodies and war and political divisions and economic divisions and stuff here in the world, spinning ball of rock, hurtling through this weird idea called space, which doesn't exist either. It's a separation idea. In perfect oneness, how can there be space? You're not separated from anyone or anything. There's only perfect oneness. There's no distance between, because there aren't two objects with a distance between them. Oneness, oneness. You have asked for and received another sight. This is the sight of the Holy Spirit, which looks right past illusions, right past them, and does not see them at all, to the heart of the matter, so to speak, to truth, to the essence of who and what we all are. It's true sight. And it's not with the body's eyes that we see this. The Holy Spirit doesn't see enemies. He sees only loving friends love and lilies to continue with this image. The Holy Spirit doesn't see a bloody crown of thorns, doesn't even recognize that at all. This is the vision you've asked for, and you've been given this vision. So, how do you see it? Well, you cannot use it unless you give it away. Many of us get very stuck right here and tripped up because this runs completely contrary to the way we've all been conditioned in the world, quite naturally. If you were raised with this course as your foundational thought system, fantastic. Most of us were not at all. Not at all. So the idea that in order to keep something in your mind, you give it away may seem completely antithetical, ridiculous, a wild ganja-laced pipe dream, and wrong. It is not wrong. It's true. You keep something in your mind by giving it. We cannot use the Holy Spirit's sight unless we give it away. How do we do this? We extend love. We share the Holy Spirit, in other words, with our brother. We forgive, truly forgive. We extend love. We extend the miracle of true forgiveness. We extend the miracle of love. Smiling at somebody and meaning it and wishing them good morning is just as miraculous as moving a mountain with your thought. Same. There's no order of difficulty in miracles at all. That is the first sentence of chapter 1 of the text. If you've read that, you may recall the first time that you read, there is no order of difficulty in miracles. And perhaps you thought, well, that's okay. What are you even talking about? What a strange way to begin a 1,000-page book. Well, this is yet another example of that. We can't use the Holy Spirit's sight unless we give it away, share. That's how you keep things in your mind. So, this principle in action is very, very important. If you would have love, give love. If you would have condemnation and blame, condemn and blame. Works both ways. You share something to keep it in your mind. So, what would you keep? Lilies or a bloody, sharp, ugly looking crown of thorns? That's the choice that we're all invited to make. You've been given all of the power that you need with this gift of the Holy Spirit's sight to look past all illusions, all of them, and I invite you to do just this. You have been given the tools, so to speak, all of them that you need, all of them to awaken, to go home in a manner of speaking. And I say that in a manner of speaking because we've never left. You have everything you need. We often think here in the world, especially as spiritual practitioners or what we want to call seekers or whatever you want to call yourself, people who have embarked on a journey or something right? We often feel like we need more. This is a common enough feeling in the world where we feel deprived, we feel that we're lacking, and we need more of something, money, right? Money, physical beauty, toys, stuff, fancy threads, yeah, whatever it is. We often think that we don't have enough and that we need more. And in the spiritual arena, marketplace, which it is, right? We think we need a new toy. Okay, we haven't had success with this toy, so we're going to go purchase another one. Well, you have everything that you need right now, right here. So put it into practice. That's how we really learn. You learn this course by doing it. It's genius because it is a self-study curriculum. We take what we're willing to take on a given day. In other words, we allow ourselves to be led by our inner teacher as far as we are willing to go on a given day, however far or short the distance, whatever that looks like. Then you get up tomorrow and you do the same thing over again. So we're invited to value this gift. You have everything you need, as Buddy says. Yeah, Buddy has everything he needs. He's the dog that you may hear over this noise cancellation, which is usually pretty effective. But he sees something outside. The dog sometimes makes an appearance, not on camera, but on sound. So we have everything that we need. We're invited to value this and to really appreciate this so we can use it and put it into practice. This is how we learn the best experientially by doing. Again, this is a self study curriculum. We learn it best by doing it. Intellectual understanding of these ideas has value. Sure, of course it does. It is nothing compared to the value of putting it into practice. That's why these videos stress that almost every time, over and over again, because that's how we really learn. See, when we do it, something very important happens. Our experience demonstrates to us that these ideas are true. It shows us. So we show ourselves, or we prove to ourselves that these ideas are not just fanciful pipe dreams that seem too simple to be true. No, they're true. But we don't really learn that unless we experience it. Truth, God, is known. We know it. And we're attracted to it. That is what lies beyond the veil that we've thrown over our face. And as we make what we call progress on the spiritual path, as we forgive, as we allow our inner teacher to guide us and follow his guidance, we become more and more willing and more able to look on the veil and lift it. You've been given a gift beyond value. It is invaluable. The gift of the Holy Spirit's sight. So use it, please. All right. So around the world, there appears to be lots of stuff going on and suffering. And you do have at your disposal, ready for your use, a mighty, mighty tool. So again, please put it into practice in your life. And then the next moment of the next day, do it again and again and again. What's in it for you? The peace of God. All right. So, on behalf of Buddy, who's barking again, I thank you for tuning in today. And if you have questions, this is an excellent place to ask them. So, really, any question related to A Course in Miracles, related to spirituality in general, is certainly fair game here. Feel welcome to leave those questions in the comment thread here. And I do take a look at these frequently, so I will see them. And if you have not subscribed, I'd love to have you join us. So please go ahead and do that. That's the prompt over here in the corner. Click that icon. You'll be invited to join us. And thank you to those of you who have recently joined us. There have been quite a few of you. And it's an international community. It's online here on YouTube. From people are here from all over the world, which is a beautiful thing that we can reach each other and use this technology to share the Holy Spirit with one another. That is what's happening now. It's what happens every time. So I thank you again for joining me, and I will see you soon.